Surviving a deadly mass shooting. Brian Claypool unfortunately knows all too well what that's like after living through the deadliest mass shooting in modern American history. The Las Vegas massacre left 58 people dead, hundreds injured. It all happened, of course, during a concert at a country music festival. Brian is also a well-known criminal defense attorney. He joins us now live. Brian, I mean, every time this happens, as we were just talking with someone who survived Columbine, nearly 20 years on, he's saying every time this happens, it brings it all back. And for you, it's much more recent and raw.
Yeah, Erica, thanks for having me. Zach Cartay is exactly right. He's 19 years past Columbine, and he's still feeling the effects. I will tell you that the last 3 nights I've barely slept. I've had to take Xanax to try to even get to sleep because I'm reliving what happened in Vegas, first of all. And then second of all, I want to reach through the screen and give Lori Al-Hadif a hug because I can feel her pain, the rawness of her hurt in losing her daughter. And then the other feeling I have, Erica, is just utter anger and outrage. I can barely function because after the Vegas shooting, I said to myself, if I can get home to my little girl, I'm a single parent of an 11-year-old, I said, I'm going to make some change. And Erica, I got bad news for you. Even with my status in this community, I haven't been able to make a dent. And it is intolerable. I mean, all of those politicians in Washington, D.C., they have blood on their hands. That's how I view this. They've done they've done nothing since Vegas. Not one thing, not one committee hearing, nothing. Nobody's asked anybody to come in and testify about this. We have an 18-year-old kid, Erica, 18 years old. He's not even old enough to buy a beer. He can walk in and buy an assault rifle without any kind of 3-day wait period. Something's got to give.
When you try to have that conversation, because so many people are feeling your anger and your frustration, and that is at the inaction that you're just talking about. So when you as a survivor tries to have that conversation with a lawmaker, and let's be honest here, there's a lot of finger pointing going on. There is responsibility on both sides of the aisle here. This should not be a partisan issue. What is the response that you get when you say, I want to talk about this, and I want to talk about sensible changes? Can you get an answer?
No, you know what I did, Erica? After the Vegas shooting? Get emotional thinking about this. You know what I did? I got a meeting with U.S. Senator Dianne Feinstein. I was so upset because my little girl wrote me, my birthday was 2 days after the Vegas shooting. My little girl wrote me a card. And in that card, she said, Dear Daddy, I look forward to, thank you for the memories you created, and I look forward to experiencing another lifelong bunch of memories with you. And I'm thinking about Alyssa and some of these other young kids that were killed who said they want to live young forever. Well, I took that letter and I read it. I was a foot away from Dianne Feinstein's face. I read her, my little girl's letter, and I said, Senator Feinstein, I almost didn't make it home to experience those memories with my daughter. What are you going to do? What are you and the politicians going to do about it instead of trying to salvage your careers? Oh yeah, we'll get a bump stock legislation going. We'll make it happen, right? Well, guess what? Nothing ever happens, and lives continue to get lost. I feel helpless, just like these families. Honestly, I feel like we live in a prison in the United States. It's embarrassing.
Let's hope that you speaking out, that what we're hearing from these young people speaking out as well, that your voices will finally be heard. We will continue to share your voices on this network, on this program. Brian, thank you.
Thanks, Erica.